Hey guys, Kalila here and welcome to another video. Today is a tutorial and it's a bucket hat tutorial. As you can see, I have this bucket hat on and I made it myself, but I did flip up the edges to make it look like this, and it's like, I call it a modern 1920s style bucket hat because if you look up 1920s bucket hat, you'll see that they always had like some flipped up type of brim, or like it was like a long brim. You can wear it like this, like a normal bucket hat, of course, but I like the way it's flipped up. Like, I think that is super cute and like chic almost, because I'm wearing like sweatshirt and sweatpants and stuff, but when you wear like a cute outfit and everything and you wear this with it, it's just beautiful. Like, it looks so good. So I'm gonna teach you how to make this. Now, if you don't want a folded flipped up brim and you just want it to be like this, like a normal bucket hat, this is a big bucket hat, by the way. Like, I made it so that it could fit over hair, like people who have braids or dreads or like super thick hair. But if you want it to be smaller, I show you how to get the diameter of your head, well, the circumference of your head to get the diameter of the hat. And if you don't want it to be like so long, you can not do as many rows. I'll tell you when we get to this part, like how you can shorten it yourself, so don't worry. But I am gonna flip this brim back up because I like the way it looks. Anyway, let's get into the tutorial. So first, the tools and yarn and items you'll need for this project will be as follows. First, you'll need 2 balls of yarn because I use 2 strands at once for this project. So if you don't know how to use 2 strands, it's fairly easy. Just try not to lose 1 strand or it will literally mess up everything. So you're gonna use 2 strands, so get 2 balls of yarn. You can use the same color yarn, you can use different color yarn, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be the same color, but if you want a solid color hat, of course you want to get 2 of the same colors. Then you'll need a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. You'll need scissors, a tapestry needle, a row counter or electronic counter, and a stitch marker. So those will be all of the things you'll need for this project, and I'll show like clips of like what you'll need, so if this is your first time crocheting, you know what everything looks like. So for round 1, because we will be working in rounds for this hat, so everything will be rounds instead of rows. So for round 1, you're going to make a magic circle and you're going to single crochet 7 stitches into the magic circle. So you should have 7 stitches total once you pull your magic circle closed. Now for round 2, you're going to put 2 single crochet into each stitch. So you're going to do an increase in every single stitch. So make sure you put 2 single crochet, and at the end of that, you should have 14 stitches total. Every time you put your first stitch in, you're going to want to put your stitch marker onto that first stitch so you know the start of each row and you don't lose your place, because if you lose your place, it ruins everything, and it is so annoying to lose your place when you're working in rounds because you can't really see where you stop, especially since we're not like slip stitching the rounds closed, we're working in open rounds. So for round 3, you're going to put 1 single crochet in 1 stitch, and into the next stitch you're going to increase. So you're going to put 2 stitches into the next stitch. So 1 single crochet, 1 increase. 1 single crochet, 1 increase, and you're going to do that for the entire round for round 3, and you should have a total of 21 stitches at the end of this round. So for round 4, you're going to do 2 single crochets, like just 1 single crochet in 1 stitch, in the next stitch another single crochet, and in the third stitch you're going to do an increase. So do 2 single crochets in the first 2 stitches, and then in the third stitch increase, and you're going to repeat this for the entire round. So 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, increase. So every third stitch, you're going to do an increase. At the end of this round, you should have 28 total stitches. Now for round 3, if you don't see a pattern developing here, there is a pattern developing. So we did 1 single crochet and increase, 2 single crochet and increase. Can you guess what we're gonna do next? Of course, 3 single crochet and then an increase. So you're going to increase in every 4th stitch. So 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3 single crochet. In the 4th stitch, you'll do an increase. So you'll put 2 single crochets into that 1 stitch. And you're going to do that, of course, for the entire round. And at the end of that round, you should have 35 total stitches. Now for round 6, you're going to do 4 single crochet and 1 increase. So you're going to increase in every 5th stitch. And the total stitches at the end of this round should be 42. Now for round 7, of course, moving on to another increase row, we're going to do 5 single crochets and then 1 increase. So increase in every 6th stitch. And at the end of this round, you should have 49 stitches. So if you are counting along with the total amount of stitches, you will see that it is increasing each time by 7. So it's basically doing the 7 times table. 7, 14, 21, 28, on and on and on. Okay. Now we are on round 8, I believe. I hope. Wait, we just said 49. Yeah. Okay, so we're on round 8. Whew. Round 8, you're going to do 6 single crochet into, 6 individual stitches. And then in the 7th stitch, you'll do an increase. So increase in every 7th stitch. So you'll do 6 single crochet and then 1 increase for the entire round. And the total amount of stitches for this round will be 56 total stitches. Now for round 9, you're going to do 7 single crochet and 1 increase. So do single crochet into 7 individual stitches, and in the 8th stitch, you will do an increase. So increase in every 8th stitch. And the total amount of stitches for this round will be 63 stitches for the entire round. I like to give the total amount of stitches at the end of the round just for people who like to be like super accurate, because I like to be super accurate. So I'm thinking about people who are like me, who want to make sure everything is perfect. Now for round 10, you're going to do 8 single crochet and 1 increase. So single crochet, of course, into 8 individual stitches and increase into the 9th stitch. So you're going to increase every 9th stitch. So 8 single crochet, 1 increase into all of the stitches around for this round. And the total amount of stitches you should have is 70 total for this round. And now for round 11, this will be the final time that we increase back to back like this. So for round 11, you're going to do 9 single crochets and 1 increase. So single crochet into 9 individual stitches, and in the 10th stitch, you will do an increase. And the total amount of stitches you should have for this round is 77. So now that we have finished with all of the increasing, this is what your project should look like, this nice circle. So now I'm going to tell you how to find the diameter of your project. So for my head, the diameter of my head is 8 inches. And so doing this increase up to row 11 gave me 8 inches. But your head might not be 8 inches like mine is. So I'm going to show you how you can find the diameter by first finding the circumference of your head. So to find the circumference of your head, you're going to want to take a measuring tape, preferably a craft measuring tape since it's loose and nice like that, and you can wrap it around your head. And you're going to wrap it around, just your head like that. Take it and going to look at it. Oh my gosh. The circumference of my head is 26, and I divided that by pi. So 26 divided by 3.14, and I got 8.2 something, I believe. And so I just went with 8. And so that is how I got my 8 inches of diameter for my hat. So you can do the same thing. If you get like 17, you're going to divide that by 3.14. If you get 30, divide that by 3.14, and then you can continue increasing until you get the diameter that you want and need, or you can not increase as much as I did if you have a smaller diameter, like 7 inches, 6 inches, because I know like without my dreads, the diameter of my head is pretty small, so I would go based on that. But since I'm always wearing braids and dreads and stuff, I just go with 8 inches because that is what fits over this hair. But if you have a smaller head, that is how you can find the diameter of your hat so that it is not as big or too small. So if you need to stop at like row 9 or row 10 or row 7, or if you need to add more, if you need to increase more, we stopped at 9 single crochet in 1 increase. Then the next one you'll do will be 10 single crochet, 1 increase, 11 single crochet, 1 increase, 12 single crochet, 1 increase. So just keep going up with the numbers until you can get to the diameter that you need. Or if this diameter is too big, just unravel some and see which row you need to stop on to find your diameter. Now we are on round 12. For round 12, we're going to do 1 single crochet back loop only around this entire round. So just 1 single crochet into each stitch, but you're going to work into the back loops only. And the total amount of stitches you should have at the end of this round is 77.
My dad's make it hurt.
So this is what your hat should start to look like. It should start folding down. So that is going to be the start of this part right here of your hat. Like it's right here. You can see like, I don't know if you can see, I can't see right now, but like the edging right here, that is row 12, round 12 for the back loop only. And then this part is where you're going to start making the body of your hat. So for rounds 13 through 26, you are going to do 1 single crochet into every stitch for the entire round from rounds 13 until round 26. This part is where you can control the word? I don't know. Where you can dictate how long you want your hat to be on your head. Because if you don't want your brim to come all the way down here, like I have mine, which I like mine like that, then you can shorten the amount of rows you do. So don't do until round 26, maybe do until round 20. But a way you can figure out how low you want your hat to be, as it gets longer and longer, test it over your head, like put it over your head and see if it touches your ears, like the tips of your ears, then you know you can stop. If it hasn't, then you can keep on going. That is how I sort of determine how long I want my hat to be, because once the top of my ears are right here, but I made it lower. But if it reaches like the tips of your ears right there, then you can stop at that point, and then you can start working on the brim area. But if you want it to be as long as mine or longer, then you can just keep making rows and rounds and rounds of single crochet. So just one single crochet into every stitch for rounds 13 through 26. All right, so after you finish round 26, this is what the hat should look like. It is starting to look like a real hat. Okay, it's looking nice. So now for round 27, you are going to do 6 single crochet and 1 increase into the front loops only. So you can see the front loops are right here. Just work into the front loops only, and you'll do 6 single crochets and 1 increase for the entire round. And the total amount of stitches you should have in this round is 88 stitches. Now, after round 27, you can see that the brim is starting to fold just like that. That is the beginning of the brim of the hat. Now, we do the front loops only just so that it can have a nice bend and it won't just go straight down. So I like that. I found that worked for me. Now, for rounds 28 through 30, you're going to do 1 single crochet into every single stitch, and that is it. And remember to keep track of the round you are on by putting your stitch marker at the beginning, the first stitch that you do, so that you don't lose track of the start of your round. The total amount of stitches for this round should be 88. Now for round 31, you're going to do 10 single crochets and 1 increase. So every 11th stitch, you're going to do an increase. So 10 single crochet into individual stitches and then 1 increase into the next stitch for the entire round. And the total amount of stitches you should have for this round should be 96. Honestly, I feel like when I was doing this, I lost track of the amount of total stitches. So if my count is off, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's what I wrote down when I was doing my hat. So if I'm wrong, then, it doesn't really matter because the hat's going to turn out good anyway. So now for the last few rounds 32 through 34, you will do 1 single crochet into every single stitch around, and that is it. The total amount of stitches you should have for that will be 96. So when you finish rounds 32 through 34, doing 1 single crochet into every stitch, fasten off and weave in your ends. Fastening off is just chaining 1, cutting your yarn, tightening it, and then get your tapestry needle and weave in your ends, preferably into the inside of the bucket hat so that if you have anything sticking out, it won't be showing because it'll be on your head. Now this is what your bucket hat should look like at the end. Of course, it's not folded up, but that is totally optional in my opinion because you can have it out. Like I said, you can have it like this or you can have it like this. So it doesn't really matter because you could just style it and wear it however you'd like. But that is it for this tutorial. I hope this helps you guys make your own cute bucket hats, especially since I showed you how you can like customize the size of it, the length of it, and yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you make this bucket hat, be sure to follow me on my Instagram and tag me in pictures so that I can share it and see it and appreciate it, because that's kind of awesome. And I'll see you guys next time in another video. Bye!